Three-point percentage, ULM is a little bit ahead of them there. Free throws, it's about the same. Same as rebounds and turnovers. Both of them are averaging more turnovers than they would like.
Well, it's an exciting evening as we start Sun Belt Conference play. The Little Rock starting five, Ben Coupette. He's a big scorer as well. We've talked about Marquise Knoll, Jovan Stulic, Kamani Johnson, and Root Manyang. And there is some firepower there, and this is a team that's playing without a couple of starters due to injury. One of those is expected back perhaps in a part-time role tonight. Michael Ertl and J.D. Williams have been carrying the load for ULM offensively in the backcourt. Jalen Hodge gets the start tonight, and he's played so well the last couple of games. Tyree White, the other starter. There's Darrell Walker. What a career he. And, of course, Keith Richard in his 10th season at on the bench here in Monroe. And we are set to go. ULM in maroon. Or I should say the Little Rock in maroon. And, of course, ULM in white. And here we go. Ready to play here. And, Mike, certainly this Warhawks team disappointed in the outcome of the last couple of games. They've had a drought in the second half, and that's been the problem. They certainly want to play well from the start. Noel takes the first shot, can't get it, and the rebound is on the floor and a traveling violation, and it's going to go back to Little Rock.
Fighting over the rebound, and to ULM players fighting over it and traveled with it. You know, it was really the tough game for ULM here against Grambling. They had won 8 straight against Grambling and then lost at home, and it's always tough when you lose at home, but Grambling just did a great job with them. ULM is going to have to pick up that the scoring drought that they have usually in the second half. They're going to have to come away with something.
Stulic can't find it from three-point range. And a foul called on the Trojans. Johnson picked up the foul. That's his first. And so the Warhawks have their opening possession. This will be a backcourt oriented scoring game, at least on paper, with Hodge and with Williams and with Ertl.
You know, they got Stulic on Ertl. They're going to try to keep the ball away from him. He's a bigger guard. He's about 6'5", and they're going to try to deny it and work him, even though he come off of that screen good there.
Ertl's shot comes up a little bit short, had an open look from about 16. It's going to be interesting to see how Ertl is able to handle Noel if he draws that defensive assignment the entire game.
It will be tough. I'd look for Coach Richard maybe to shift him off or substitute someone in there to help him defensively on that. Both teams playing man-to-man. They want to really get up and put some pressure on the offense.
And it's a bit interesting because against Stephen F. Austin, ULM, which does not play a lot of zone, played a lot of zone in that game, and it was an effective defense.
It was. You know, they were very pleased with how it came out. Again, they didn't score as well as they should have, or Coach Richard felt like they could have. But they just got to get a little bit more firepower, as you had mentioned earlier, and Jalen Hodge is supposed to help there. There was a little trap. But they're playing an aggressive man-to-man, but they just I think they switched in there then.
Shot clock at about 3 when it was launched. Couple of close looks for the Warhawks as White was there, but it's going to go back to the Little Rock Trojans. Now, if you're a little confused over Little Rock, it used to be the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. They have rebranded the athletic name as just Little Rock.
They've had some very good basketball teams up there.
There's a three-point shot, good by Coupette out of Chicago by way of UNLV. He's averaging 12.8. He's a very, very accurate three-point shooter is Coupette. That was the 17th of the year. Count the bucket, and the Warhawks will go to the free throw line.
JD just got in the corner and kind of got a step on him and took it to the basket.
His first foul, second team foul.
J.D. Williams with a chance for the three-point play and a chance to tie the game. 17.5 to go.
You know, we're talking about that three that Cupid hit. He's 6'7", and he stepped out there and didn't hesitate to put it up.
J.D. bags the free throw. He's been a good free throw shooter this year.
I know
3 apiece.
Coach Richard would be happy to see J.D. get off to a start. We've seen a couple of games where he didn't score. It only scored 3 in the whole first half.
He's had some big second halves, but they would like to get a lot more consistency out of him. One of the players we might see today for Little Rock is Chris Bankston, a junior from DeWitt, Arkansas, averaging nearly 10 points a game, but he's only played in 3 games. Michael Ertl commits the foul. Keith Richard looks on.
They want to try to keep Noah from penetration, dribble penetration. He likes to get in there and either dish it off or score it. And obviously he scored a lot of it at almost 20 points a game. But Ertl's going to really move his feet and keep in front of him.
Number 1 in maroon is the leading scorer in the Sun Belt Conference, nearly 20 a game. That's swatted away. Goaltending will be called, and the bucket will go to Root Monyong, the junior from Nashville by way of Shelton State Community College over in Alabama. So a bucket for him. He's had 4 double-doubles this year, and that leads the Sun Belt Conference. For these 2 teams, the curtain comes up on the conference season. That's swatted down by Monyong.
I mean, he went up and got that with both hands.
He's a 6'10 leaper, and he just took it away from Ertl.
He just went up and got it.
Monyong will be certainly a force to be reckoned with down low. He's slight of build, but a very good jumper.
You know, part of Coach Richard's game plan was to try to get some dribble penetration.
There's a 3-ball. Noel backed up. Ertl didn't think he was going to shoot it from there. Noel did and nails it. That's the 25th. Make it the 29th of the season for him. By far and away the leading 3-point shooter. Ertl fadeaway. Yes. Michael Ertl, the junior out of Indianapolis.
So Little Rock got it down the floor in a hurry then.
Cross-court pass is nearly overthrown. Now they dump it down low, give it on the cutter. Left-handed shot by Stulich won't go. That one way too strong off the backboard. ULM would like to force the pace and move quickly if possible with the basketball. White gives it up to Ertl from the corner. Bang! Ertl with a 3-pointer from the left corner.
That's the one they were looking for. They did a great job of moving the ball that time, and Ertl was just spotted up.
We are tied at 8, 15:27 to go in the first half. Welcome to Monroe tonight. These teams hoping to go 1 up and none down after game 1 of the Sun Belt Conference. A foul is called. We'll shoot some free throws when we come back. 15:17 to go. We're tied 8 apiece on this 3-pointer from the corner. Free throws coming for Ben Coupette. Coupette 76.7% at the stripe this year. 4 points for him now. He's had 9 double-figure scoring games this year in the 11 that Little Rock has played, including 21 against North Carolina State.
And he's averaging right at 13 points a game, but he's also averaging over 6 rebounds a game.
He bags 1 of 2 free throws, and Williams sails in to grab the rebound. We are nearly 5 minutes into the first half in Monroe. White looking for somebody to get it to. 8 on the shot clock. Step back jumper. Ertl, yes. Michael Ertl.
You know, we said he had to create a little distance. Well, he did it again.
Ertl with 3 early buckets. He's 3 for 5 from the field. He leads everybody with 7 points.
He did it on that high post, and they trying to get a cutter under the bottom.
Warhawks by 1. Hodge down there stripped it out of the hands of Stulich. Let's see if the Warhawks can turn defense into offense. Ertl forces that one a little bit. Off the rim, no good. The rebound taken off by Monyong. This is Noel, and he's tripped and he travels.
You know, Little Rock's doing a good job defensively. The man closest to the ball is just trapping it. I mean, it's just all over it, pressuring it. And then everybody else is kind of dropping to the ball. It's almost like it's a zone everywhere else. I don't know if they're just man-to-man on the ball and then drop back, but they're following him all over the court. So he's got something worked out, and they've done a good job with it so far.
And a reach-in foul called on Stulich.
Foul number 33 for the Trojans, Jovan
He's a
Stulic.
freshman from Serbia.
His first foul, 13 foul.
And he'll take a seat right now after his first foul. Jazik Lottie from Aurora, Colorado replaces Stulic.
You know, Stulic's pretty athletic. They had him out there to defend Ertl, and I guess they bring Lottie in there to do the same thing. Maybe he's just going to switch him out and just let him just pressure him all over the floor.
Bernard tries to make the backdoor cut, and it's intercepted easily by Knoll. Stripped away down there by Ertl, but he lost it back. Contact, slapped away. One block, no. Second one got up off the window, and the bucket by Coupette. This Little Rock team, Mike Vining, has some leapers.
They do, and they really, really go to the offensive board. There was about 3 possessions there, turnovers for each team. They couldn't ever find a hold of it, and then all of a sudden Cupid got it and knew what to do with it.
A foul called on Kamani Johnson. That's his second. So the 6'7" sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, will take a seat. No, he stays in the game. He will remain in.
That's his second one. He'll have to be careful with him.
Jalen Hodge, who has not scored, who has not taken a shot, gets it in play. Williams with a smooth jumper from a step in front of the free throw line.
Yeah, that's kind of a little turnaround jumper. Instead of trying to penetrate and drive to the basket, he just got it down there and turned around and went up with it.
How about that shot? Somehow spinning in off the glass, twisted in by Kamani Johnson. Johnson had 17 against Alcorn State and Tennessee State as well.
Well, he went up and got that pass and then put it in. JD missed that one, and Bernard wasn't able to tip it in. He was up there with it, but just came down too quick.
Isaiah Palermo entered the game at the last whistle, and we've got an infraction away from the ball down low. A foul called. I think it's on Johnson.
Ooh, that's his third. He was trying to clear some space down under that basket. You know, they threw a lob to him last time, and he was able to get it.
So Ben Coupette comes back in the game. Johnson will probably be on the bench for the remainder of the half.
I would think he was with 3 fouls this early. I mean, 12 minutes to go at the first half. If you're going to use him, you got to save him for the end of the game.
Hodge kicks it to Ertl, back up top, three-pointer, bang! Bernard rips it home. DeAndre Bernard, a graduate student, a 6'8" lad from Toronto, Canada. He started his career at Georgia Highlands College. East Tennessee State also has been in his resume.
Well, that's a big-time move and a shot by Noel. He just got him up in the air and drilled it.
Noel, the #1 scorer in the Sun Belt Conference as we enter league play. Let's take a timeout after the traveling violation. 11:38 to play in the first half in Monroe. Little Rock in a tight one leads by Wanto's Raptors. He's been their head coach as well. He was the Washington Wizards head coach. He was the New Orleans Hornets assistant coach, a Detroit Pistons assistant coach, a New York Knicks assistant coach, and in his second year at Little Rock, and had a really nice and long NBA career. Mikey almost averaged a triple-double one year with Washington. 9.5 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 8 assists per game. So this is a guy who's been at it on every level.
He has, and I remember him well when he was at Arkansas. And then, you know, he's been coaching the last 4 years in college at Clark, Atlanta, and now Little Rock. His record in the 4 years is 62-44. So he's done a great job. And as in talking to Coach Richard today, he talked about how the talent level has improved this year over last year.
Right now we're tied at 15, 11-13 to go. First half here in Monroe. Coach Mike Vining, Lem Rollins with you. We are delighted that you have chosen to spend some time with us and enjoy Sun Belt Conference basketball.
Erie Olnade is in the game right now for Hodge. He'll help him a little bit defensively.
And right now Noel is on Ertl. Ertl missed a shot or two and then came on and hit 3 in a row, and they've made the change. They put Noel on Ertl. Now Ertl has been guarding Noel for most of the first half. We'll see if he picks him up here. And it looks like he is going to. Well, maybe not.
No, he's switching. No, they put Olenade in to get Marquise, I think. You know, that's
so two number ones will go at each other, and this gives Ertl just a little bit of relaxation time defensively. Although he's a perpetual motion machine, is Michael Ertl.
Foul number 0.
He is. There's a moving foul on the screen.
That's on Coupette.
Second foul, 17th foul.
That's his second one. You know, ULM has had 5 turnovers right now, and that's something that Coach Richard was really, really talking about. The missed opportunities to get a shot, giving up offensive rebounds and turnovers.
The Warhawks are shooting well. They're 6 of 11, and so is Little Rock.
They're both being aggressive defensively.
Williams takes it to the left side, leaps and fires, misses, offensive rebound, put back, and a foul called. Very strong rebound by Fuje, Elijah Fuje, the junior from Montreal, Canada. He has played at Rangers College and also Hill College before coming to ULM. And Fuje will shoot some free throws.
He went up and got that rebound and was powering it back up. He hit that first one.
He was only 2 for 7 at the stripe coming into the game. This for a 2-point lead.
See, Olenade is going to pick up Noel now. You know, both teams have made some changes in the lineup.
Lottie takes it down low, and his pass is deflected. He tried to flip it across the baseline to a teammate. 8 on the shot clock, exactly 10 minutes remaining in the first half. There's Keith Richard, looking on, exhorting his team to pick up the defensive intensity. Shot clock at 3. Noel shoots the leaning one-hander and scores off the backboard.
Off the back.
7 for him on a desperation shot. He's 5'7", a sophomore from Harlem, New York.
But he put it up and gave it a chance to go.
White traveled before the shot.
Traveling violation.
White with a strong move, but that pivot foot came up illegally. Here's Noel on the other end. His legs came up like a leaping frog, and then he banked it in off the backboard.
He was just trying to get it off before the clock. Here we go.
The dunk is missed by Fuje, but put back in by Williams. Williams was not taking anything for granted. He was running the floor, and that certainly paid off for ULM.
Well, I think he probably saw who had the game, who had the ball, and that's not something that he normally does, is a breakaway layup. And JD was just following him up, and it was a good thing he did.
18 apiece.
So ULM's trying to say Andre got him that time.
Bernard with the foul.
Foul number 22 for the Warhawks, DeAndre Bernard.
They got a step on him, and he tried to make it up with his hand and got called.
That's his first. Noel shoots off the inbounds pass. He's bumped as he does it. He'll go to the free throw line. You don't want him there if you're an opposing team, because he's 88% from the stripe.
You know, they ran him off of a double screen, and he was the second person to come off that double screen. The first one they helped, and he come off, and Olenade was just running, trying to catch up to him, and when he went up to shoot, he couldn't stop and just bumped him.
Entering for the Warhawks, number 5, Tyree White.
Tyree White
For the Trojans,
checks in for the Warhawks.
number 52, Admir Basovic.
And Admir Basovic from Bosnia, a 7-foot junior, checks in. He wears number 52, and there is Jovan Stulic.
Yeah, Stulic returned to the game.
Noel hits 1 of 2. That gives him 8 points.
As you mentioned, that's kind of the Little Rock fans is not used to seeing Knowles miss a free throw.
Here's Ertl in the corner.
See, they're all over him, and he's got him trapped in the corner, basically.
White hands it back to Ertl. He takes it to the middle, 10 to shoot.
Tyree was trying to spot up and look for it to come back. Then he got it to him.
A bucket, a foul, and a great job by the Warhawks executing the offense with very swift ball movement.
They did. They moved it around, and Tyree was cutting to the basket. They threw it to him, and he was able to get it in there.
Tyree White shooting the free throw, leaves it short. 20-19. And quickly Little Rock counters. That's Basovic running the floor. That's his first bucket. He only averages 2.6 in a reserve role and 1 rebound.
See, they just convinced him to beat his man down the floor and he'll have a shot. That's what he did that time. They wasn't expecting a big man to run like that. Let that one slip out of his hand. I think he was trying to give it up.
And Noel may have traveled. He looked back. He looked like he switched hands with it and took steps.
He lost track of it when he looked back all year long. Play a lot of minutes, score a lot of points.
And move relentlessly on the court. Here's another guy who does not take a break. Michael Ertl working it up. He's left-handed, but he's very ambidextrous.
Yeah, he does a great job of going either way with the ball. He actually handles probably more with his right hand, and he's able to switch over and go to the basket with it.
White spinning and gets caught up with the defender, and they're going to put FUJ at the free throw line.
Admir Basovic. His second foul, 10th team foul.
Second foul on the Bosnian Basovic.
FJ made a good spin move and went up and just got bumped. And not able.
Hung on the rim and then dropped away.
He should have exhaled. I believe he could have got that one to go.
Only had 7 free throw attempts coming into the game. 1 for 4 tonight now.
Well, I got J.D. Williams on Marquise Noel right now.
That lob pass is over the top of Basovic and then deflected back to him, and now a whistle.
Tyree White had a chance to intercept that pass and was not able to come up with it, and then that picked up the foul on FJ.
That was his first. Jalen Hodge comes back in the game for the Warhawks. Hodge has been held in check. In fact, he has not attempted a shot. There's a guy who knows how to find the bottom of the net. That's the 3rd 3 of the game for Noel. He's got 31 now on the season. And it's a 24-20 lead for Little Rock. Williams drives between a couple of defenders. And the big fellow stepped in there and blocked the path. That was Basovic, who just kind of clogged it up. Another turnover for ULM.
Then they returned the favor on the other end. He lost the handle on it.
Noel is claiming that somebody slapped him across the forearm, but he's not going to win that. 6.5 to play, 24-20.
ULM's been kind of quiet lately.
ULM and Little Rock opening the Sun Belt Conference action tonight. Williams looking around, leaning, missing off the iron. Flat-footed rebound pulled off by Palermo.
You know, the big guys in there just make it difficult to take it to the basket. I know Coach Richard wanted to make those guys move and take the ball at them, but he's been able to get a hand on it in there.
And a traveling violation against Lottie, as he tried to make a move before the dribble hit the floor.
Like ULM got a timeout.
6:04 to play in the first half. ULM Athletic Director Scott McDonald will be here at halftime. We'll visit with him. And, of course, we'll have highlights and statistics for you and get you ready for the second half. Mike, what have you seen here in the first 14 minutes between these teams? They appear to be very evenly matched.
They are, you know, and talking to Coach Richard, he said that he wanted to penetrate. He wanted to take the ball at those big guys. Well, those big guys have been rejecting some of them, so that hasn't worked for him yet. They're going to have to pull up, or either they're going to suck them out and dish it off to somebody else breaking in behind the post man.
And the Warhawks have not been able to take advantage of 6 free throws. They've only hit a couple of them.
Yeah, that's cost them. That has really cost them.
8 turnovers in the first half for both teams. Less than 6 minutes to play in the opening period.
You know, they've got ULM pushed out beyond the 3. They're really defending them up tight on the ball, and especially Ertl.
Ertl is being guarded by Lottie right now. Now a switch, and it's Palermo. Ertl fades and shoots, didn't get it there. Rebound pulled off by Palermo. Here come the Trojans. Contact and a foul called, and there will be free throws coming. It'll be Lottie going to the line.
I believe it was Jalen Hodge.
Foul number 13 for the Warhawks, Jalen Hodge.
It was.
His first foul, 16th foul.
Lottie has been to the free throw line 24 times, but he's only completed 9 of them.
Well, he went to the goal with that one, and I think Jalen thought he got a hand on the ball, but the officials thought he got more than the ball.
Lottie, a 6'1" junior from Aurora, Colorado, averaging nearly 6 points a game, nearly 3 rebounds a game, and he's played exclusively off the bench. This marketing major bags both free throws.
He stepped up and shot those like he's doing it every game.
This is the biggest lead of the first half for Little Rock.
You know, ULM's on one of those scoring droughts that we talked about before the game. They need something to give them a little spark here offensively.
Mike, you're absolutely right. We've just crossed the 3-minute mark without a bucket for ULM.
See,
shot clock at 9. That's stripped by Noel. He took it away from Hodge. Noel leans, fires, doesn't get this one off the window that time. And it will go back to the Warhawks.
Yeah, Bakovic knocked that one out. ULM had a couple of guys going after it. I think he got the hand on it.
Noel got a little bit greedy that time. That was not a high percentage shot, and he had plenty of time to reset the offense.
You know, Hodge got inside, and they got a hand on it. You know, you're going to get bumped in there if you're taking it to the goal. You're going to have to toughen up a little bit, and that was something that Coach Richard had talked about is getting it to the basket and doing something with it. See, there was another one that got blocked or knocked out of his hand.
Basovic was able to reject it. No, leaves it off for Basovic, and he lays it in.
That was a great drive and pass.
28-20.
But you know,
Rock by 8.
Basovic was looking for that pass, got it, and finished it. A lot of times those big guys expect the guy to shoot when he goes in there.
Ertl sneaks in, takes the pass, and lays it in with the right hand. And that's a bucket the Warhawks needed. It breaks a long drought.
They did need that one, and what he did, they're overplaying him at the top, so he cut back door, and they was able to make the pass to him, and he was completed.
Less than 4 minutes to go in the opening period. 28-22 Little Rock. Game 1 in the Sun Belt Conference for both teams. A very similar play. Basovic can't field it cleanly, though, and then shoots it with too much effort.
That one was below his waist. It's tough for a big guy to catch the ball in there that tight below the waist.
Ertl reverses a couple of times, misses the jumper from the baseline.
See, they're penetrating and getting it out.
And that's what happens when you leave Noel alone. 4 3-pointers for him, and that extends the lead 31-22.
You know, ULM also just has got 10 turnovers already, and you know, that should be, in Coach Richard's mind, that should be for the game. And here we got 3 minutes in the first half, and he's already got it.
Let's see if the Warhawks can make some offensive adjustments and get back into the rhythm. Hodge, who has not scored, that may have been his first shot tonight.
I think it was. He tried to penetrate. There's another turnover for Little Rock.
That was his first shot. So Jalen Hodge, who's been really good the last couple of games with high double-digit scoring, has only taken 1 shot in this first half.
Well, you know, and I think in those earlier games, you know, Jalen hadn't had the attention maybe, and people wasn't really expecting for it. After those 2 big games, the coaches know about him, know where he is, and they've got people defending him.
FUJ picked up the pivot foot and gets called for the travel.
So you got a big man trying to make a guard move from outside.
And turnover total is now 11.
Yeah, that's not something that he would normally do. I know that's Coach Richard will be very upset.
Manyong hands it off. Pass goes to an open shooter right side. It rattles in and out. Stulich was taking a good look at a 3 but couldn't complete it. Williams stutter dribble, takes it to the left side, splits a couple of defenders and lays it in. That's a heck of a move.
That was a big move with his left hand, and another one that they needed very badly.
9 for J.D. Williams. He and Ertl lead the Warhawks with that number.
You know, Little Rock has done a good job of keeping ULM out of an offensive rhythm, which is what we said that would happen with Grambling the other night.
No, rushes that one and misses everything. .207 to play. The Warhawks would really like to string a few buckets together here over the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, they need to close strong.
Ertl is guarded by Palermo.
Now they double
up on him.
Yeah.
And nearly take it away. It is loose, picked up by Little Rock, and Little Rock calls timeout.
You know, when he come off that screen, and that's what they like to do, use the screen to get him open, they are really, really trapping him and coming after him.
And it was Manyong who jumped out there, and that's that big guy for Little Rock. Has been 9. The biggest lead for the Warhawks has been 2.
You know, last year ULM opened the conference play with Little Rock. It was in January, and ULM was able to come away with the win.
They also got a win late in the season against Little Rock. Here comes Hodge pushing the action. Hodge works down, hangs, and scores off the window. Jalen Hodge, first bucket on his second shot of the first half.
Yeah, that was a big move for him to take it inside. And, you know, we talked about earlier, when he gets bumped, it affects him, but it didn't bother him that time. He was able to complete it.
31-26, the lead has been cut from 9 to 5. Noel kicks it out, left-hand three-pointer, good. Stulich, the freshman from Serbia. It's only his 5th triple of the season. That's his first bucket.
See, Noel spent the first half scoring, and now when he's got all that attention so he can penetrate and give it up a little bit, and if those guys can sit out there and drill those threes, that'll be tough for ULM.
Ertl stutter dribble, but can't shake the defender. He'll take the return pass, left alone, cranks it off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Stulich. There's about 7 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock.
Think you got any idea who's going to try to take this shot?
I think the guy with the ball right now is a pretty good candidate. Or certainly to penetrate and dish. 2 seconds to shoot. And a foul called after an offensive rebound by Manyong.
Yeah, they've got to get him away from the basket.
Elijah Ifechi. His second foul, 17th foul.
FUJ committed the foul.
That's his second.
Entering for the Trojans, number 11, Jason Lottie.
Manyong has very long, slender legs. He is an excellent quick leaper.
He
moves extremely well for a guy 6'10". And a soft touch there at the free throw line.
He's the guy that you can't turn and jump. You got to make sure he can't jump before you do. Because he just went up over people and got that one.
He's had 5 double-digit rebound games this year, including 14 against Tennessee State and against Central Arkansas.
He stepped up and hit those 2 free throws.
Little Rock has its biggest lead. 3 ball by Bernard, misses everything just ahead of the horn. And it has been a nice first half for Little Rock. These teams were very close until about 5 or 6 minutes ago. 26. Michael Ertl will throw it in play from midcourt to get things started. You know, Mike, you were pointing out to me during the break that this Little Rock team has been really good defensively, holding down its opponents this year en route to a 6-5 record prior to Sun Belt Conference play, and that of course opens tonight. But this is a team that's been really difficult to score against.
In 7 or 8 of their games, they've held them to 10 points below their average, the opposing team, and one team 15 points below their average. So they're doing a good job defensively all year long. They've only played 11 games.
And the Warhawks with only 26 points in the first half, despite shooting nearly 50%. There's a good start
Tyree
for the
White.
Warhawks. Tyree White, the 6'8 senior from St. Louis, by way of Moberly Area Community College.
You know,
that's his first three-pointer of the game. On his first three-point attempt, he's got 5 points.
We just talked about, Coach Richard was looking for a little bit of scoring out of his inside guys, and of course Tyree steps out and knocks that one down. And Tyree started the year at the number 3, but he's playing 4 tonight.
There's a wide open Manyong. That's his second bucket, but he's been a contributor defensively and on the glass as well.
But his man stepped up to help on a pass, and that left him wide open, and that's a pretty high percentage shot at his size. You see, when Earl gets the ball and picks it up, they trap him, double team him, trying to keep him from getting that shot.
Williams for 3.
JD.
Yes. Williams bags the 3. That gives him 12. He's 5 for 8 from the floor.
That was his first 3.
No. Hits the back iron. Offensive rebound grab for the moment, but Hodge comes away with a loose ball.
That was a big one. They've got to come up with those. They've got to win those loose ball battles.
Williams fakes right. Can't penetrate. Stulich defensively, but J.D. Williams goes right inside and lays it in.
You know, he got to the goal. He came off of 2 feet that time instead of leaving and going off of 1 foot and being a little bit out of balance.
And a 10-point lead has been quickly reduced to 4. And a foul away from the ball. That foul is on Manyong.
That's his second one, but he set a pretty rugged screen on Ertl that time. Ertl was trying to fight over it and got hit.
ULM has hit 3 consecutive shots.
Ertl is having to go over and let him take a look at it. Looks like he may have blood on his knee. They'll probably have to put a bandage over it, take it off, and recover it.
So a quick rewrap.
They was able to cut that off and replace it. Looks like it's flopping a little bit there behind him. He's going to have to.
I think a panther could be gnawing on Ertl's leg and he would still be trying to get into the game, don't you?
He'd still be falling away shooting that lefty.
Ertl pulls up, misses off the iron. Rebound pulled off by Johnson. Kamani had 3 fouls pretty quickly in the first half and sat a lot, and that one's thrown away as Manyong thought he saw somebody working down low, but nobody filled the spot.
Yeah, Kamani Johnson posted up and was asking for it, but he threw it a little bit out of his reach.
38-34. ULM has cut 6 off a 10-point deficit.
See, there was that back cut by Jalen. They were overplaying him, so he tried to go back door. So they want to drive Ertl to that baseline.
And Ertl uses the backboard wisely and drives it home.
They may want to rethink that driving him on that left side over there with that left hand. That's a pretty good shot for him.
ULM on a 10-2 run and converting 4 of its last 5 field goals. The lead is 2. It was 36-26 at the half. It's now 38-36.
Bernard come up with the rebound and then lost it. He had it and then just didn't hang on to it.
So ULM coming out of the locker room and shooting extremely effectively in the first 3.5 minutes.
Well, they had good ball movement. They've had good player movement, and they've got some open shots, and then they hit them when they did.
Noel takes the handoff, spins and fires. He's got it. Marquise Noel.
You know, you come off of that screen like that, you're running away from the basket, come off of a screen and hit it, turn and shoot. There's not a lot the defender can do about that. See, they're swinging it around outside, trying to get them where they can take it to the goal.
Williams, yes. A sweeping shot by Williams, and he's come out and taken control offensively.
Well, he just used his athleticism to get to the basket, and again, he's staying under control. He hadn't got out of control when he goes up to shoot. So now they're trying to move it around to get it to either Noel, let him come off of a screen. They were trying to look inside and look at a cutter, and then they'll go back to the old faithful.
Noel leaves it for Magnon, who misses from the elbow. And a foul called. And we will have free throws when we come back. 15:26 to go in the second half. The Warhawks, who trailed by 10 at intermission, now trail from the floor since coming out of the locker room.
Well, they got some pretty high percentage shots. They were taking it to the basket, and they stayed under control.
Williams, a little better than 73%. His free throw shooting was up over 80% just a couple of games ago. He's backed off of that a little bit.
He has. He's missed a couple here lately, and he started off the year really, really well.
He hits one of two. And the lead is 41-39. So what was a 10-point advantage for Little Rock is now a scant one bucket.
Yeah, in less than 5 minutes, they got back in this game. You know, Earl was out there pressuring the man with the ball, and they want to really watch it out there. He'll come up with another foul.
Noel is guarded by Williams. The ball is poked loose. Williams comes away with it.
You know, Jalen Hodges posted up over there on the other, spotted up on the other side. He was in the corner. They didn't get it to him quick enough. Yeah, they're trying to drive Ertl to that to the baseline every time. Now Hodge is trying to make something happen.
Hodge pitches it down low. Baseline jumper. Good. Tyree White.
Now see, he was in a little short corner there. That's a good shot for him. He's not so far out. And if Jalen had taken it on to the basket, he could follow him.
7 for White. And a three ball is up and in, and we've got a whistle as the ball settled through the twine. And we'll sort this thing. All right, so we I don't know if you were able to hear that, but they were looking at a hook and hold potential that has been ruled out, and so it was ruled a common foul. But it's going to give Little Rock the ball after the made bucket. The
after
bucket counts 3 points, and then a foul away from the ball, a common foul, not a hook and hold. And so Little Rock comes away with the possession after the three ball and converts it.
That was a strong move inside by Kamani Johnson. That foul was on Tyree White. That was his second one.
That was only the second bucket by Johnson.
That was a 5-point possession.
Indeed it was. It's 46-41. Reverse layup. Good. Count the bucket. And the Warhawks will go to the line. J.D. Williams has exploded offensively here in the first 6 minutes of the second half.
He used that rim to protect the ball as he went under it and brought it back up. And that's the fourth foul on Magnon. Yeah, that was J.D. really took it to the goal aggressively and played very, very smart, using that rim to keep them from blocking it.
Jacek Lottie replaces Magnon as Williams will try to complete the three-point play. And he does. We've got a 1-point game, I believe. Did they update it? No, we've got a 2-point game. 46-44. The Warhawks have played very crisply offensively behind the work of J.D. Williams.
You know, they have their off of Little Rock. They were using Kamani Johnson, number 20 there, to set some screens and then let him get involved going to the basket. And they lost the ball, and so ULM's got it back now, a chance to tie it up or go ahead.
FUJ has returned to the lineup for the Warhawks. He's fighting for the rebound and saves it from going out of bounds.
Well, that was what they got to have. And then trying too big a hurry to go to the basket, and JD turned it away.
And the lay-in by Marquise Noel. And he almost did a header into that basketball stanchion.
He did.
Noel is so good. 18 for him.
Now Ertl takes it to the goal.
Michael Ertl, who can score in a variety of ways.
You know, they're trying to, his man's trying to drive him to the baseline, and they're supposed to have somebody help him. Ertl just got past him, and they wasn't able to stop him, and he got all the way to the basket.
20 for Williams, 11 of them in this half. 13 for Ertl, 4 of those in this half. Those two have provided most of the scoring for the Warhawks. 33 of the 46. Here comes Hodge now.
You know, Kamani Johnson kept that alive and almost got him, and Hodge just attacked it. That's got to happen more often to
Ertl
get those
draws
long
a double
rebounds.
team down on the baseline.
They're just swinging it now, trying to get a chance to take it to the goal.
Shot clock at 4. ULM in trouble. Fade away. Didn't quite get there. That one missed by Bernard, and he had little choice other than to launch it.
Right, he had to put that one up, and that was the only way he could get it off.
48-46, an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Did not occur for the Warhawks. Quick release 3 from the corner. That went off the mark by Coupet.
Now
This
JD's
for
trying
the
to take
tie. Two-pointer, good from the left wing. J.D. Williams has been hotter than a fire ant on a fever blister here in the second half. He is smoking right now.
He's doing what he's done earlier. We talked about having a really good second half.
No, misses the deep 3. Ertl sails in for the rebound.
That was an NBA 3. I don't know if Coach Walker really wants him shooting those.
13 points in 9 minutes for Williams, and here comes Michael Ertl. He snakes inside and scores on the layup.
That's the first time ULM's been ahead in a while.
37 points between Williams and Ertl, 22 and 15 respectively. 50-48, ULM has matched its biggest lead, coming from a 10-point deficit at the break. And a throwaway by Noel. Now the officials are going to talk it over, but we'll take the break anyway. 10:43 to go in the second half. Warhawks 50. 25 against Michigan State in his career. And he has been a fireball offensively in the first 9 minutes of the second half with 13 points.
Yes, and he poked that ball from behind off of Noel.
Rebound claimed by Tyree White after the miss by Stulich. Williams fakes right, dribbles left, but he's cut off. Good help defense.
They did a good job.
That time by Coupet.
He was falling a little too hard that time. He was running full speed away from the basket.
Noel swings it to a teammate down on the baseline. Contact, the miss by Palermo. And the ball will stay with the Trojans.
JD just couldn't quite get to it. He was after it, though. I'll tell you, Little Rock goes to the basket. I mean, they go to the offensive boards.
.10 and 15 seconds to play.
A flop.
I think the officials have ruled a flop against Stulich. And if that occurs again, it'll be a technical foul. And now we've got a blocking foul.
Boy, J.D. Williams jumped around to cut him off, and it was like Newell didn't know he was there and ran into him, and they called a block on J.D.
You could light a cherry bomb off the nose of Keith Richard right now. He is very upset about that.
He didn't like that call. That looked like a good defensive move by J.D.
It was only the first foul against Williams. Look at the quickness by Knoll, but ULM stays in his path. Stulich fakes, takes it inside, draws traffic, misses, foul called. Stulich will shoot free throws.
He went to him, got right up into him, and then took the shot.
Stulich wears some protective gear across his nose.
That foul was on Uri White. That was who I think had just come into the game. That's his first one.
Stulich, the freshman from Serbia, a 77% free throw shooter. He's got 7 points. He had a couple of 3 balls in the first half.
He's 6'5" and moves well.
And he's a lefty. Williams claims the miss.
You see, they now Knowles is pressuring JD a little bit, trying to put some pressure on him. Now the guy that gets a hot hand, they put Knowles on him.
This is Jalen Hodge. Bang from the corner. Excellent ball movement that time by the Warhawks.
He went to the open spot and they found him and got it to him, and that's what he does best, is spot up and shoot. Yes,
Hodge with 5 points.
ULM a 4-point lead.
This is the biggest lead of the game for the Warhawks.
See, JD's got a couple of those from behind. They called him on that one.
That's his second. They've both come in this half. They've both come in the last couple of minutes.
The last one wasn't a reach. He was they called him blocking, but he was trying to knock that ball loose from behind.
It was 36-26 at the half. Little Rock was leading. Now the Warhawks have a 53-49 advantage. They have been blazing offensively since intermission. No misses, a little long from the side.
See, Noel was there just slapping at the ball. He was going after the rebound. He wasn't going to get it, but he was going to try to take it away from the man who did get it.
Uri White was able to claim it and hold it. Half the shot clock to use here. And a blocking foul. An illegal pick, I believe, called on Uri White.
Uri White. Ertl came off of him. Ertl came off of him trying to get that shot in the corner, and evidently he moved over as a guy was coming into him. You got to get set and stand there. You reach out and get a piece of him as he goes by. There's Johnson trying to take it to the goal.
8:33 to go.
That's another one on Uri White.
Warhawks 53. Little Rock 49.
You know, it looked like Kamani Johnson was just trying to take it to the goal, and Uri just kind of stood his ground.
That was the 6th team foul.
See, they're bumping in there pretty good.
Only 3 for Little Rock. Johnson did not take the open deuce. The 3 ball. Off the mark, Palermo missed it. Here come the Warhawks with a 53-49 lead. Ertl puts it on the floor. Cannot shake the good defense by Stulich. Now Ertl works around a pick, takes it in. It's deflected out of bounds. Very good defense by Coupette. It looked like down low.
It was. He just went up and got it.
And he will leave the game. Coupette will. And Lottie comes back in. 8:02 to go. Warhawks 53.
So
Trojans 49.
They got to be aware of the shot clock now.
Down to 5.
I don't think Jalen is.
Down to 3.
They call a block on Kamani Johnson is what it looks like.
And that may have bailed out the Warhawks. We'll take a timeout. 7:50 to go. Warhawks 50. It was 36-26 at halftime. Little Rock was leading by 10.
You know, Noel has 20 points, and the next scorer for Little Rock is Stulich with 7. You know, ULM has got Ertl and J.D. Williams with 22 and 15 apiece.
Both Johnson and Monyong have 4 fouls for the Warhawks.
Yeah, Tyree White stepped out for that 3, and it didn't go for him.
7.5 to play as we work our way to the finish line. Manyong with 4 fouls has come back in off the bench. That looked like a push-off. Or did they call it on? Did they call it against ULM? That looked like Lottie took an arm out and pushed away. There were several things going on that play.
Yeah, it looked like.
Number 5 for the Warhawks.
But they call a foul on White.
Correction, foul is on number 3 of the Warhawks.
I beg your pardon, it's against
Oh,
Williams,
no,
and that's
JD.
his third. And they've come in the last 4 minutes or so.
You know, it looked like he led with his arm from over here.
Lottie does not have a field goal. He's got 3 points from the free throw line. And ULM will put a new player in the game.
Entering for the Warhawks, number 22, DeAndre Bernard.
Bernard replaces Uri White for the Warhawks, with the second free throw coming for Jazik Lottie out of Aurora, Colorado. And he bags both of them. And that makes it a 2-point game.
Well, all of these possessions right now start counting a lot more, be more effective.
From the left side, a 3-ball. Good by Bernard. DeAndre Bernard, who doesn't shoot a lot of them from out court, just stepped up and took one from in front of his own bench.
Yeah, that's his second one tonight.
2 3-pointers for Bernard.
Yeah, that gives ULM a 5-point lead. That's big.
And a foul as the ball is in the air. Let's go back and look at Bernard, the graduate student from Toronto, Canada. Nestled that one home. And his teammates behind him loved it that.
They did. They did.
Manyong.
You know, they called that foul on Jalen Hodge. I guess he was trying to move Manyong out from under the basket because they didn't
Well,
want
that's
him
a
there.
big miss, Mike, because that was a 1-and-1 opportunity.
It was.
Hodge gets low, lays it in with the left hand, and he's hacked. Jalen Hodge took a pass from beyond the 3-point line, used his body, watch him turn, absorb the contact, and lay it in beautifully.
He did. He stayed under control and put it in there.
Hodge had a very slow first half. He's got a chance for his 8th point of the game right now, and a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
He drilled that one. That was a really good move, and it was a great pass to get the ball to him.
59-51, Warhawks by 8. Manyong hands it off to Lottie, gets it back to Manyong, and a foul called down low on Tyree White.
See, that help's got to get there a little quicker. Tyree got there. He was just about a half a step.
This will be a 2-shot foul. And so the next foul will be number 10 against the Warhawks, and that'll be the double bonus for the rest of the game.
That was Tyree's 4th foul.
Manyong cannot convert the free throw.
Entering the game for the Trojans.
I guess Manyong must be coming out.
Manyong has 6 points. Now 7, 3 of them from the free throw line, and he is coming out. And Kamani Johnson, who also has 4 fouls, re-enters the game. Manyong leaves with 4. Johnson comes back in the game with 4.
Yeah, Johnson comes out a little bit more and sets some screens and gets involved in the offense a little bit more than Manyong. But Manyong is tough under that basket, especially rebounding.
The lead is 7 for the Warhawks with 6:11 to go. And we've had a lot of whistles here in the second half.
They have. That's Cupid.
Did you hear about that game last night in Lafayette, Louisiana? As Arkansas State went down and got a win on the road at ULL, there were 10 technical fouls called in that game.
That's a lot of things going on. That keeps the officials busy.
Arkansas State will be the next opponent
Yeah, that'll be
for the Warhawks.
2 o'clock here Saturday with us.
Hodge throws a dangerous pass to Bernard. There were a lot of defenders around him. Can the Warhawks save it? Yes, they can. They've got 7 to shoot. Ertl pumps it. Got it! Michael Ertl, the quick release from distance.
It was, that's one you just want to tell him he's got 3 seconds every time he gets the ball, because he'll find a way to put it up.
Ertl with 18, Williams with 22. They've got 40 of the 62 that the Warhawks have tallied.
And now ULM has a 10-point lead, or did have.
A 3-ball by Isaiah Palermo. That's his first bucket.
Well, they got
4 shots. They've got numbers here. Hodge lays it in. Little Rock sold out on a press in backcourt and had nobody defending the deep ball.
They're supposed to be a 1-2-1-1, and then when they got the trap, the back man sucked up to try to cut off a pass, and they got behind him.
Less than 5 minutes to play, 64-55. Warhawks lead. They've come from a 10-point deficit to take a 9-point lead.
Boy, Johnson got that one, just lowered his shoulder like a running back and went to the goal.
So Keith Richard rejects the jacket. He wants to have freedom of movement here over the last 5 minutes.
He does. Well, he'd like to have that call. It looked like Kamani Johnson just ran over Tyree, and Tyree's the one that's got the foul, and that's his 4th foul now.
And this will be a 2-shot foul. Every foul on ULM from here on out will result in 2 free throw opportunities.
We talked earlier about Johnson being so much more physical than Mannion. So he's looking for his second one.
He leads a point at the free throw line at 64-56. Again, pressure in backcourt, and the long heave, and a foul called on Noel, and free throws will be coming for Tyree White. The Warhawks have handled the last 2 presses very effectively.
They have. They're sucking on up. Noel's been all over the floor. That's his first foul. Yeah, that just saved him a bucket because Tyree was fixing to finish with that one. Well, it saved him 1 point for sure.
White had only attempted 8 free throws coming into this game. He had converted 5 of them. And he makes the adjustment. 65-56.
But that foul by Noel saved him 1 point. Too big a hurry to go with. Had it and was trying to lay it up too quick.
Lottie left it on the floor, but it was recovered. And Noel uses his body and then loops it in off the window.
It wasn't
the leading scorer in the Sun Belt Conference, showing you why. 22 for him. Four minutes and 10 seconds to play.
Little Rock's picking up the pace and getting a little physical with it. They're going after the ball.
Williams has an alley and is fouled hard. Going up to try to finish it. He will have some free throws coming after the foul on Palermo. 65 points for ULM have come from Williams, who has 22, and Ertl, who has 18. This is Williams at the free throw line. He swishes the first one. Williams had 9 first-half points.
That gives JD 24.
And 15 in the second half. 3:50 to play in Monroe. Well done. A sweeping scoop shot by Lottie as he just kept dribbling till he got an open look.
He did. He was very aggressive going with that one. He hasn't been that aggressive to the basket. Of course, it's that time right now.
Well, that's his first bucket.
And you see who Knowles is guarding Ertl right now. We talked about he must be their best defensive player because he's guarded the one with a hot hand. He was on J.D. Williams at one time.
A quick pull-up jumper wouldn't go for J.D. Williams. And Keith Richard is about to come unglued on the sideline.
Well, Bernard just bumped him some way when he went by, and they said his hand hit him when he swiped at the ball. The official thought he hit him in the head when he swiped at the ball.
So Knoll at 88% from the stripe has a chance to bring his team within 5. A 2-shot foul. Let's look at the upcoming schedule for Little Rock. They'll go down to Lafayette to play ULL on Saturday, and then host Texas State and UT Arlington and Georgia Southern, 3 home games in a row, and then you see the rest of the schedule in January. Both free throws are tossed home by Knoll. This guy is a very, very good player. 24 for Knoll.
That's what I was just looking at. He's averaging 19, and I mentioned earlier in the game, Coach Richard said if we could just hold him to his average.
The lead is 5. Ertl takes it low. He draws pressure down there, gets it over to Hodge. Beautiful feed down low, but a foul called offensively. Offensive foul as Hodge had worked it into the hands of his teammate Bernard, but the foul came before the shot.
He came in and gave it up, and he didn't stop. He kept running forward, and they just stood there and took the charge.
That's the 3rd foul on Hodge, and a very potentially big turnover. That's tipped by ULM. It goes into the crowd.
J.D. got out and got a finger on it.
2:40 to play. A 5-point game. Knoll can make it a 1-possession game. He's quick as a water bug out there.
He is, but they were after him that time. When he got around, they went after him.
That looping pass down low was rejected by Tyree White. 4 on the shot clock. Oh, we're having some fun here in Monroe tonight.
It is.
Curtain comes up on the Sun Belt Conference schedule.
It's going to be a lot of things happen in the next 2 minutes and 27 seconds.
And those guys down low are really whacking each other, and they're going to give a foul on Bernard. Let's take a look at what's upcoming for the Warhawks. They will be here Saturday at 2 o'clock. Arkansas State will be the opponent. That's a 2 o'clock game. Then they'll go to Butler. And then Troy and South Alabama will be here before they go on a 3-game road trip.
You know, Johnson is about as physical as anybody I've seen. Johnson's one of the most physical people out there, and he's the one shooting free throws, but he missed that one.
The lead is 4.
Well, there's a lot of basketball going to be played in these next 2 minutes.
Every decision, every pass, every shot, every possession is critical now.
And every time somebody goes away from the ball, they drop back to the lane.
And a reach-in foul called on
Foul number 11 for the Trojans.
Jazik Lottie.
Jazik Lottie. His 3rd foul, 19 foul.
Ertl will shoot free throws. I don't remember him at the free throw line tonight. And indeed, these are his first free throws.
He has not. He has not been there. But, you know, they're going to be up tight on them, and if they happen to foul them, then all they can do is shoot the free throws, and if they get away with it and come up with a steal, then they got a chance to take the lead.
Ertl at 78% right now. He shot 90% plus from the free throw line last year, set a ULM record.
Well, he's 100 tonight, and that's what counts for him right now, I think, and Coach Richard got it back.
It's a 2-possession game. The lead is 6. Lottie gets rid of it. Ball loose. Ertl dives in for it. And it's tied up. And the possession arrow favors ULM.
That's big. That's big. Or Ertl just went and got that one when he lost control of it. Ertl took control of it.
99 seconds are left.
So they got to get the ball out of that trap, and they got to get the free throw shooters with the ball.
White comes and gets it. He's quickly double teamed. Now to Ertl. Ertl avoids contact. He was aware there was pressure there. 20 to shoot.
Yeah, they had Bernard down under the basket, but they couldn't get the ball to him. I think they thought it was too long a pass, but he was there open.
Better to be cautious here than throw it away.
It is, especially when you're getting down to that 1 minute mark.
6 to fire now. Williams dribbles to the baseline, rises and shoots. No. Rebound pulled off by Little Rock. Coupette got it.
1 minute remaining.
The scoop at the hoop wouldn't go with the left hand for Noel. It hung and then fell away.
It did. Tyree White came down with that one. That was a big rebound.
And a big miss. 69-63. Noel got the shot he wanted. Little Rock probably had already counted that bucket, but it would not fall.
It didn't. And now Palermo is putting Jalen Hodge at the free throw line with 49 seconds.
Hodge is a good free throw shooter. 82.4%, the best on the team. That one too strong. But this could make it a 3-possession game.
Yeah, this is his second time, I believe, to be to the free throw line tonight. He hit one earlier. You know,
he leaves a pair of points at the free throw line.
Well, he's probably going to get a chance to shoot again. If he gets the ball, they're going to foul him to put him back on there.
Lottie kicks it to the corner for Noel. He dribbles into the lane underneath the rim.
It's like he's either a lane violation or he stepped on the line going under the basket, but he didn't shoot the three. They were really guarding the three.
So a turnover at a critical time gives the Warhawks another chance.
He moved.
Inbounding violation.
And an inbounds violation against the Warhawks.
It was a spot. It wasn't after a basket, and he took a step. You know, that's the kind of mistakes that cost you ball games and cost the coach's hair. I don't know what the officials are discussing. Oh, looking. Oh, they may be looking at the clock. Yeah, they're looking at the time. When they threw it in, well, they blew the whistle immediately.
Now they've reset the clock to 38 seconds left of the game. And we will play with 38. Here's Noel. Spinning, shooting. Got it. Oh, man, what a clutch shooter he is. Noel takes the pass, spins, and second half. They had 12 first half turnovers. They've got 16 now. So this is a very low turnover number for ULM in the second half.
It is. Yeah, they need to get it in the free throw shooter's hands.
They've got Ertl, and he's fouled at midcourt. And Ertl will go back to the line. Lottie committed the foul.
Yeah, and they did it pretty quick. Didn't much time get off of the clock either. Well, he did get to half court with it, but they were trying to catch him.
A 2-shot foul for Ertl.
I'm surprised they didn't foul while Tyree White had the ball.
Indeed. Ertl is a very, very good clutch free throw shooter. We'll see what he does here, though. You cannot live in the past at the free throw line.
No, you can't. Well, it's back to 4. That's a big point right there.
Ertl cannot extend it past a 2-possession game, but certainly that is a huge point. And now it's a 5-point lead.
Well, somebody's probably going to shoot free throws again.
21 for Ertl, 24 for Williams. No, quick release over Ertl. Can you believe it? Can you believe Marquise Knoll?
He's just unconscious tonight. There's no way. 6 seconds off the clock.
He is
was taking it and going for the shots and looking for the basket, and he was just kind of letting them, I guess. He's been doing a good job defensively too, but he has took over here at the end.
Michael Ertl will probably get it right back.
They got to get it back to him. But
he is fouled by Knoll with 18.7 seconds to go. Now just a few ticks of the clock a while back. Ertl stepped up and calmly drained both free throws. Can he do it again?
He needs these two, and then they need to guard the three-point line. Just guard the three-point line.
Ertl can make it a two-possession game. If he does not convert both free throws, though, the Warhawks will have to really strap it down defensively.
That was a big one. That was a big one, and it killed him. I mean, it went in and come back out. Now they've got to really, really step it up. You know,
and this free throw is every bit as large as the last one was.
It is.
Ertl with his second free throw for a three-point lead. He makes the conversion.
Now they still got to guard the three-point line. But you got to be careful not to foul him out there.
And Ertl fouls Lottie. So Lottie will go to the line.
That is
14.4 to play. Lottie can make it a one-point game.
You know, Ertl put up his forearm to kind of hold him, and that's what they called on him.
Lottie is 4 for 4 at the free throw line tonight, but he was only 9 of 24 coming into the game.
Well, he's looked like a different person tonight. He's very comfortable there so far. Yeah, they've got to get the ball into the free throw shooter's hands again.
Ertl claims the miss.
A jump.
They call a held ball.
Bam. They go.
Let's take a look. Trojans, 2 would tie it, 3 would give Little Rock the lead. 11.7 to play. Both teams are shooting 2 free throws on every foul.
Yeah, they set the string to try to get to 2, and then they're going to throw it out. Then they threw it off of ULM. They're saying it bounced back off the throw-in man, but no time went off the clock. He threw it against him, and it went out of bounds. But I think when Lottie took off trying to get away from it, they were thinking maybe it might have got him.
All right, so here we go again. Lottie will throw it in bounds with 11.4 seconds to play. Little Rock down by 2.
So they were coming.
It's going to be Knoll and maybe nobody else here. Apparently they're playing for the last shot. Knoll takes the very deep 3. Got it! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Marquise Knoll! Unbelievable! Ertl heaves it from midcourt. No! Off the backboard. Little Rock on a miraculous shot by Marquise Knoll has won it 73-72.